Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Sunday. We start with some breaking news. WWE has come to terms on the release of Emma. She's gone from the company. They've wished her all the best in all of her future endeavours. She last appeared on TLC and this week's Monday Night Raw, losing to Asuka. Her most recent WWE-related tweet was on Monday prior to War. I'm not done yet, not even close. You'll see tonight. It's all about Emma, WWE Raw. Damn. I don't know why she's gone. There's no news of the reason as of yet, so I'll keep you updated as much as I can over the next few days, even if I have to do like a video on it. But either way, best of luck, Emma. We'll find out truly what's going on, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. And then we go to quite a touching piece right here. Jeff Jarrett's daughter Jocelyn posted the following on Instagram about her father going into rehab. Usually I don't like to post like this, but for most of y'all that know me, I don't like sharing my feelings whatsoever. But today my dad checked into rehab. I know I haven't been the biggest fan of my dad for the past few years, but in the end he's still my dad and I love him more than anything. Dad, I hope when you see this you really know how much I love you. I'm so proud of the decision that you made and excited to see how the next few months go. You can do this and can't wait to see you smile again. See that smile again. As for everyone reading this, all I can ask is for you to keep my two little sisters in your prayers. It's going to be a hard couple of months, but I'm hoping in the end that my dad, my two sisters and I can be a family again. Sorry for the mushy post, but I just had to get it off my chest. Love you forever and always, Dad. That was a lovely post. But with this post and this kind of stuff comes drama, unfortunately. Jocelyn retweeted a fan that accused Jeff Jarrett's wife Karen of driving him to drink. Karen Jarrett, with another husband in rehab, drives her men to the source. She went retreat. And then Kyra, K-R-Y-A, Angle, Kurt and Karen's daughter, responded with the following: "What the hell is your problem?" Understandable. I can get that point. And that's a kind of one whenever people post shit to make others feel sorry for them. LOL, like, not everything's about you. I get this, but she was just wishing her dad the best in rehab. But retweeting that, saying it's Karen that drove him to it, is slightly bitchy and underhanded. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. I'm just going to reserve my judgment and just hope Jeff Jarrett the best now. Move the drama out of the way and just, Jeff Jarrett, please get better. Please hope rehab helps you. You are one of the best wrestlers I used to watch back in my day. So best of luck to you, mate. You can overcome your demons. I believe in you. Then we go to Laurel Van Ness, TNA Knockout. Laurel Van Ness recently did an interview with Metro.co.uk and here's some highlights. Making a living as a full-time indie wrestler. It's so amazing that to an extent we can compete with WWE. There's always going to have a mainstream audience, but right now we've got so much attention. There's a crazy spotlight on indie wrestling, and that's amazing because it's what we love to do, and a lot of us are doing it for a living. We're trying to make money and entertain people, and that for that to be our solo career, it's crazy how things have changed, and we're able to do that without having to work a second or third job. This isn't a hobby, it's our life. And fans yelling sexist comments. One that sticks out to me is when I wrestled Nicole Matthews in Vancouver. I was very new and there were some very, very sexual comments made by a couple of drunk fans. As we were wrestling, Nicole stopped and said something to them. It did the trick. They stopped what they were saying. There's such a fine line between letting it affect you but staying silent about it. I don't think it's right to yell at a female like that. It's our place of work and we're trying to entertain you. Freedom of speech, sure, but to an extent you have to be respectful. We are humans. We are working essentially for you. I do have a time where I hear things in the ring, but to me personally I try to ignore them because I find a lot of people are trying to get your attention by screaming for fantasy or saying sexual things towards women. But I have a limit as much as anyone else. If someone did cross that line, I think I would have to say something at the time. Just to get break down each part before I go to the last part. I completely agree with the whole sexual comment thing. I mean, you can't just say derogatory things, especially in front of the women. That's ridiculous. It is an art form. But yeah, you can't just do that. I'm glad that they know how to handle it, but we should try and stop that. Women's wrestling should be respected as much as men's wrestling, in my opinion. be fair, it's just all wrestling, in my opinion. I don't go, oh, it's women's wrestling, it's men's wrestling. It's just wrestling as an art form. And everyone should show the same respect to the female competitors as they do the male competitors. And wrestling being a career, oh yeah. One career to have is an amazing one. When fans chant Zack Ryder, who's her boyfriend, during a match, it's very difficult, very different to the sexual comments, but another thing that really frustrates me, and I get a lot, is do a lot of people do my boyfriend's chant at me. To me, that's very disrespectful. I don't think people understand that I have nothing to do with my boyfriend when I step into the ring. I'm not defined by my relationship, who my boyfriend is or where he works. It's very disrespectful when a fan does his chants, because I'm not putting in the work in that ring. So sometimes when people do the Zack Ryder chants, it really affects me, and I have something to, and I have to say something to people. You have to figure out, do they want your attention? And if they do, don't give it to them, and don't give them what they want. That I can agree. You don't want to go in, like, if I was associated with something, I wouldn't want to get that associated with me if I went and did something else. I completely understand why that's bad. I can completely understand. Now go to Joey Ryan explains why he doesn't want to rush into WWE. Several fans have asked Joey Ryan about a possible WWE run on Twitter, and he responded with, "Imagine me telling my wife I'm going to cut my income by 2/3 and move into Florida just to be WWE. I'm 37 with 17 years of wrestling. 17 years in wrestling, zero cancellation due to injury, and WWE rates of injuries higher than anywhere I've wrestled. I'd rather be a prisoner. I would rather be a pioneer and change the course of the business. The precedent some of us are setting on the injuries won't be fully appreciated for years. On the indies, you bet on yourself, and WWE, you're betting on the person in the position of power liking you. Of course, they show the most profit in history while the wrestlers are getting paid the lowest ever." Fair point. Fair point. No, I'm not going to do that one. Oh, according to PW Insider, the SmackDown angle on this week's Raw was actually recorded earlier in the day. Interesting. Vince McMahon and WWE management apparently wanted the SmackDown talent to make the attack as physically brutal as possible, and if certain punches looked too worked, they were edited out of the segment. I can completely agree with that. It did look brutal as shit. And despite recent departures from TNA, the company is looking to bring more talent for the new era, the beginning with Bound for Glory and the subsequent Impact Wrestling's in tapings in Canada. The company reportedly talking to Ricochet and Tessa Blanchard, among other indie talents. Go for it. Oh, during a Q&A, Seth Rollins gave his thoughts on Sasha Banks. "My relationship with Sasha Banks is that she's a good friend, hell of an athlete, one of the best women wrestlers of all time, best wrestler of all time, really. You don't have to put woman in front of it." That's a great way to look at it, Seth. See, there we go. Some of the wrestlers are progressing to saying she's a great wrestler, not great woman's wrestler, which is what we should be striving for, is it to be counted the same as men. We don't need to put categories of women and men together. But yeah, she is fantastic. According to a post on CageSideSeats.com, there's speculation that WWE has called off the idea of Finn Balor facing Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, and that's why Balor lost to Kane on Raw. There's been no official reason why Balor was used to put Kane over instead of someone else. When asked about the situation, here's what Dave Meltzer recently said: When I've asked around, and people who always defend Vince McMahon have been like, no explanation, there's no defense, he just whiffled. Okay, fair enough. And Kurt Angle revealed on Instagram that he's in the process of having new ring gear made. This has fueled speculation that WWE is doing more matches with Angle. Yes, Angle, yes! We like it. Then we go to Kevin Owens, who recently left the South American tour due to personal reasons, and WWE had Owens replaced on the Chili show by Triple H. According to WrestlingNews.co, the belief is that Triple H refused to be paid for his appearance and insisted that the payment go to Owens. What a nice man Triple H is. I'm pretty sure he really appreciates that. Thank you, Triple H. And speaking of Kevin Owens, he responded to a jab on Randy Orton on social media. Randy Orton said, "Don't judge me, 3 people. I need my calories," because he was in McDonald's. I'm trying train for a potential confrontation with Owens' fight. And then he went, I've been preparing for a potential battle between us two, buddy. I watched paint dry today. I've got you all figured out. He knocked him out of the park, Owens. Savage as hell. Oh, Owens, you make me laugh. A WWE UK Twitter account announced that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins will now be defending the tag team titles on the upcoming UK tour dates. It was originally advertised as Shield versus Braun Strowman and The Bar in a 6-man tag. It's unknown whether Reigns will recover in time for the tour, but it looks like WWE isn't taking any chances. The company has also added Triple H to the tour. So they're pulling out the big guns, which is sad. We don't know who they're defending against, but we'll find out soon enough. And Kenny Omega decided to put an end to his Twitter feud with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho went 4.75 stars. What the fuck are you talking about? You are sounding like a 4.74 star jackass right now. And he went, Twitter angles are fun, but it's just a lot of talk with absolutely no payoff. You're there, I'm here, no more free publicity, case closed. It was fun while it lasted. I was enjoying that, to be honest. And Impact Wrestling has added a show to the WrestleCon lineup during WrestleMania 34 weekend in New Orleans. It will be held on Friday, April 6th, which will go head-to-head with the WWE Hall of Fame. Interesting. I think they won't get any fans for that because Hall of Fame is a legend, because you get to see so many legends there. And in an interview with APnews.com, Ric Flair had some strong words for people who wanted to follow in his footsteps. Going forward, I want people to take my advice as opposed to wanting to be me or act like me. There's a lot of 20-something-year-old kids that want to be Ric Flair. That's cool if it was in a good context, but if it's drinking to relieve stress or cope with life, that's not the answer. And he also continues to vow that he's done drinking alcohol. I wouldn't even begin to think about drinking. If you ever hear that I'm out drinking again, say, Rick, you dummy, you deserve whatever you get. The article also noted that Ric Flair's hospital bills hit $1 million. Yes. $1 million! Did I do it wrong? $1 million! Yeah, that's it. He's been stuck owing the 6-figure bill even with the insurance. Jesus Christ! Even with insurance, he still owes over $1 million. Jesus Christ, Rick! Good luck, my friend. Hopefully, WWE will help you out of this little jam, because at least it wasn't due to drinking or wasting your money. You actually needed to live. Jesus Christ, Rick! Best of luck. Now, that's been the Wrestling Newsroom. I have been All Things Wrestling, and that's been, hey, God damn it, stop wearing that mask. Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with him? Must love that mask. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.